Thank you all for coming back. And this is officially the banquet. So I want to welcome all of you back. And we are going to start with the door prize.
Hello, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed your dinner, and we're now waiting for dessert. But in the meantime, here is our door prize, and that is for a $20 cash gift prize, and that goes to Masha Sten-Clanton. Congratulations, Masha. I hope you're here.
We got a hand raised phone number 2829.
Yep,
I think
that's
Masha. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Masha,
Right.
I'm right here.
Good.
Wow,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Okay.
How do I get it?
Oh, we'll arrange
We'll be in
to send
touch
it
with
to
you.
Great, okay.
Okay. So you want to do one more? While people come back, we'll see who's here early and on time.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Mute.
All right. So one more prize.
Mm-hmm.
And our next prize is for another $20 cash prize. And that one goes to Bob Barron in Springfield.
Robert Barron, are you here?
Robert's in the list. There, he raised his hand. There he is.
All right. Congratulations, Bob. Enjoy. And we'll be in touch with the prize.
Okay. Terrific. Okay, I've got a couple of announcements. I would like the nominating committee, John from the nominating committee, to come back and give us an amended report, please. And then I've got a couple of other announcements, and we'll move further into the business. John? John, you gonna
John.
John, yeah. John.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You asked for 7:30, remember?
Yes, that's correct.
Sorry, I was away from the room. What am I doing here?
Oh, you were going to give the amended nominated report.
Oh, yes. Hold on. Grab my notes. Sorry. All right, so the nominating committee reconvened this evening, and we corrected a situation from this morning. So here is the slate for tomorrow's votes. Amy Rule is nominated comes from the nomination as president. First vice president, Shara Winton. Second vice president, Mika Pikala. Secretary is Lena Bandy. Treasurers to be appointed by Amy, as she discussed this afternoon. Directors that are running for board positions this year, Cameron Dupuis is interested and is the nominee from the committee. Mark Paquette and David Tiki.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much. I was just going to thank the committee for all of your hard work. We will be voting tomorrow. So those of you who registered to vote will have that opportunity to vote and also to nominate folks from the floor. The only thing I ask is that if you're going to nominate someone, please check with them first to make sure they want the office, because we don't want to nominating people who don't want to serve. Okay. We are going to. I wanted to talk a little bit about the.
Excuse me, Amy. David Tiki.
Yes.
May I just add one addition to the nominating committee report? There are 3 other people who are on the board who are not up for election this year, and those 3 people. I mean, you could name them or I could name them, but I think it's good for people to know that.
Well, if you think that you want to go do that, then by all means.
Okay. Well, I hope I get their names straight. The 3 people who are on the board but are not up for election this year Barbara Lomax, Colin Gallagher, and Precious Perez.
That's correct.
You got
Thank
it
you,
correct.
David.
Okay.
Okay. I wanted to just talk a little bit about something strategic that I did during the panel discussion this morning. If you notice, I did not mention our resolution, and I did not talk about the office closures. And that was, you may wonder, why didn't I do that? I didn't do it for a very specific reason. And that is that I think that the resolution, if it is passed, is going to send a very strong signal. And I had concerns about how the commissioner would respond. I've heard some things lately that give me an indication that it might have been a very unfortunate and very disruptive event had I elected to pursue it. So that is why I didn't pursue it this morning. In case anybody wondered, why didn't you ask that particular question? Okay. We are going to, here's the order of the evening. We are going to, your agenda says we are going to award the Federationist of the Year. That award will be given tomorrow morning, so please be there for that. Also, tomorrow morning, we will start in this room at 9:30, and we have a representative, the CEO from Democracy Live, who will talk with us about accessible voting. Then we will have the presentation of 2 new iPhone apps from Shane Lowe. And then we will have our board meeting and elections. Okay, so that's the agenda for tomorrow. This evening, we are going to hear from our esteemed national rep, Sean Calloway, and then for the keynote address. And then following that, we will have the auction. I hope you're all ready. And we will then, and we will have scholarship awards as well. And I will talk about how we're going to work the auction this year following Sean's presentation. So, Sean, if you're ready, please.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you again. This has been one outstanding convention, especially with the discussions that during the general session, the panel discussions were. I mean, they were very, very, very well done, very thought-provoking, and just just well put together. So, Madam President, you and your affiliate, y'all really did a good job for this convention. First, I do want to acknowledge a few folks. First, I know that I don't know if Albert Elia is on the line, but when he moved to D.C., he was only there briefly for a couple of years, but I tell you, he was a huge asset to us. Him and his lovely wife Marley, and I just thank him so much for his time here, really assisting us, especially with some of our legislative priorities. I'm very grateful to Al, and trust me, I was very sad to see him go because he was definitely a hard worker. Once again, to my dear friend Syed Rizvi, I'm truly grateful to him because he considers me a friend, and I'm very thankful for that.
You can't have him, Sean.
Yeah, I can't have him.
No.
I thought he was going to apply to Georgetown Law, but he decided to do Harvard, which is fine. But I'm grateful to him, as well as also acknowledge once again Shane Lowe and also Precious Perez. And I grouped them together in a sense because I didn't meet them for the first time face to face. I met them through the scholarship committee, meaning through their applications. And when you sit on the scholarship committee, And then you see some of these individuals who you award scholarships flourish the way they have. It makes the work rewarding. Amy would tell you some of those scholarship committee meetings are grueling, and it could be very taxing at times. But it's well worth it when you see the three individuals I just mentioned really do very well with the money we gave them. It's money well spent and a wonderful investment. Also want to acknowledge Mr. Earl Williams. I met Earl Williams on he called me about another event I was doing, and we got to chatting and talking, and never thought I'll be the national rep for the Massachusetts convention. And we talked a little more, so I just wanted to thank him. Also, I met your first vice president, Ms. Cheryl Winton, at the New Jersey state convention. I believe that was about a year and a half ago. And by the way, I definitely want to, I mentioned New Jersey, just sending up prayers for our dear friend Joe Ruffalo, and just let him know that we are thinking about him. Lastly, I do want to mention your president, Amy Rule, and I want to bring her up because, as I stated before, we have a kinship in the sense that we're both social workers, right? Even though I currently work for the federal government, my trade is social work. That's what I went to school for. And I actually, do some part-time work with social work. I would venture to say, when we talk about, and we don't really do this, but I'll do it myself. When we talk about the work that affiliate presidents put in to the Federation, it's a lot of work, right? It really is. But when you are a social worker to boot, it is really a lot of work. I never met a social worker who worked less than 40 hours, quite honestly. To be a social worker, it takes a lot of physical commitment, but mental commitment as well. You're working sometimes 50, 60 hours a week, and the pay is still the same. But when we got into the social work game, and I think I speak for Amy in saying this, we didn't do it for the money. We did it because we wanted to help people. And I've always marveled at Amy's work ethic. And I'm not going to lie, Amy, when you told me how old you were, I almost fell off my chair because I thought you was much younger because of the way you work. You're a very, very strong, hard worker. And I really admire you for that. And this affiliate is really lucky to have you leading them and showing them what work ethic is all about. So I'm ecstatic to be here for you this evening. The title of my presentation is The Birth of Princess Camille and Performing in the Midst of Adversity. I want to take you back, and I've told this first half of the story plenty of times, but I think I need to share it tonight because I was kind of spiritually swayed to tell the story again of a young man being 17, 18 years old, living in the DC area. And I'm talking about myself being fully sighted, really enjoying the world. And, I was a high school athlete, played 2 sports. And I had decided during my senior year that I wanted to go away at college. A lot of it because at that time in 1990, in the Maryland, DC, Virginia area, there was a lot of killings going on because the crack epidemic was pretty big in the DC area at the time. And so I wanted to get away because I didn't want to get shot, quite honestly, because a lot of men were black, especially African-American men were being killed. So I decided to take myself to South Carolina and start my college career there. When I got there, of course, I had a good time. For those who know me, I love to have fun. Well, the fun stopped in my second year of college, where I was in my dorm room and preparing to go to class, and a guy came into my dorm room playing with a gun. And the gun went off and hit me in the temple. And it caused me to be blind for the rest of my life. As one can imagine, my life was turned upside down. I didn't realize it at the time, but I suffered from major depression disorder. I went from 180 pounds to 140 pounds within months. I pretty much stayed in the house for nearly 2 years, quite honestly, only to come out for family gatherings and nothing more than that, quite honestly. And of course, at that time, I was still dealing with medical complications from the accident. And when you are in that state of major depression, you have a lot of self-doubt. Your self-esteem is extremely low. And you just feel there's nothing you can do as a blind person. Well, after 2 years, it got to a point where I realized I had to do something because I was a older brother. I have 2 younger siblings, and I thought I needed to be an example for them. So I decided to go off to a place called the Workforce Technology Center, which at the time was called the Maryland Rehabilitation Center, to receive my training, independent living skills. And when I got there, I was caught by surprise where I was told I was going to be taught my independent living skills by a blind man. And so as I began my training, and I was very nervous because I'm like, this blind man is going to teach me how to cook, clean, and do other things I thought I needed sight to do, but I'm going to go along with this plan, even though I was still in a sort of a depressive state. And when we took our first orientation mobility trip, we walked down the street, and he said, we're going to cross the street. And I'm kind of stunned, like, okay, who's going to help us across the street? You're blind, I'm blind. How is this going to work? So my instructor made it work. He instructed me very well to the point where when I crossed the street, at that point, right after crossing that street, I had decided right then and there I was going back to college. But I also made a big mistake at that moment as well, because I also decided I'm not joining any blind groups. Right? I didn't want to be a part of no blind groups. I just wanted just to go to college and do my thing, which honestly turned out to be a big mistake, as you'll see in a minute. But I ended up going back to college and went to a school called Essex Community College, received my AA in psychology, then moved on to the University of Maryland in College Park and received my bachelor's in psychology. And then I moved on to grad school. Well, when I got to grad school, I had a little problem. I had to do, as Amy knows, we had to do a practicum. And we have to do sort of a what we call an internship. And I did it at a nursing home facility. But I did my internship, my practicum at a nursing home facility with what we call a type and speak. And for those who don't remember the good old type and speak, that's a word processor, basically. This is all I had at this internship. And as Amy would tell you again, to be a social worker, you need more than just a type and speak to do your job. But I didn't know this at the time. And this is why I say, not dealing with blind groups, not dealing with the Federation, it really cost me at that time because I had no idea what reasonable accommodations was. And I was made, honestly, to be looked incompetent at this nursing home where I was doing my internship. Matter of fact, it got so bad I had to switch to another internship working for what we call the Center for the Blind and Aged, which honestly turned out to be a blessing in a sense. But it was, an unfortunate blessing because, again, I had no idea about reasonable accommodations. I did not have the accommodations to do my job properly. So when I got to this internship, I ran into a woman named Linda Black, who happened to be the president of the Greater Washington, D.C. chapter. And she began to tell me about the Federation and what it was all about. But again, I didn't buy into it. I just listened and I said, okay, I gave her my numbers, just call me. So she called me for almost 9 years. But in the midst of that 9 years, I decided that I wanted to fall in love and get married, and I did. And I met a lovely woman named LaTanya. And of course, after you get married, because we got married maybe 2 or 3 years later after we met, people always ask that question, when you're going to have kids? And this is when the self-doubt comes in. Because I felt as a blind person, even though I had accomplished going to college and basically living on my own, I always had doubts of being a father, quite honestly. I really did. And then you add the combination of when you are not part of blind groups and blind organizations, you kind of fall behind the know in regards to technology, what's going on within the blind community in general, and things that could help enhance your quality of life as a blind person. Right? I didn't even know, quite honestly, how to email in 2005 and 2006. I had a job as a social worker at a school, and when they hired me, they said, well, we're going to hire you an assistant. She can email for you if you need be. And so I let her do that. And so it got to a point, I'll never forget, in 2009, I decided, well, it wasn't even a decision. It was kind of made for me that, I was way behind. I was failing as a blind person, quite honestly. My AT skills were subpar. My O&M skills were average at best. And again, my wife and I had been married 4 years, and yet I'm having these anxieties about being a father. And so I never forget a friend of mine asking me, Sean, have you ever thought about joining any blind groups, blind organizations? And I said, yeah, I thought about it. This woman named Linda for 9 years has been asking me to come to a federation meeting. So I said, I think I'm going to go finally. So I finally went to my first federation meeting. And when I got there, I was met with a big surprise. It was called the Campbell Heights Senior Center. When I first walked into that center, I walked in, and the first encounter I had with federationists was a blind woman with her 2 children. And I was just like, huh? And then when I got some assistance to get back to the meeting room, I'm hearing these people around me talking about how they're going to email each other and, how they work independently at their jobs. Matter of fact, the discussion for that day was working independently in the federal government. I will never forget it. And so as I'm sitting around, I'm just feeling empowered immediately by all these competent, independent blind people. And quite honestly, I'm one who likes to take their time when I join things or sign up for something. But I joined the Federation that day because I knew I was in the right place. And matter of fact, I started looking for another job because I felt that the job I was currently working at the time, it was a crutch. My assistant was a crutch. I wasn't enhancing my skills as a blind person. I'm looking around all these other blind people, seeing that they working independently. I said, I gotta go. But also, that first meeting was one that lit my fire in the sense of advocacy, because I never knew what the Federation was all about. And so to see them advocate, talk about advocacy, it just lit my fire. It lit it up so much. Again, I joined in 2009, and in 1 year, I became the chapter president. And then a year later, I became the affiliate president. But I always tell people about the Federation and its strength and commonality, right? Because one thing that I always thank the Federation for was showing me that I could be a blind parent. And the people that mentored me and showed me that this could be done empowered me. And I'm a very spiritual person, very spiritual. And I believe that the God I serve did not give me a child within my wife's first 5 or 6 years of marriage because he felt I was not confident in raising a child. Matter of fact, it was 9 years from the day my wife and I got married before we had our daughter, Camille. So when I called my daughter Princess Camille, that name actually wasn't given to her by my wife and I. That was given to given by some federationists, President Riccobono, Sharon Manecki. They refer to her as the princess. And so the princess is here because of the Federation, quite honestly, and the confidence that the Federation instilled in me to be a father. And so people always ask me, Sean, you work very hard for this organization. You do a whole lot. I see your name everywhere. Why? Why do you do all this work? I don't think I have to explain anymore. I do the work because of the confidence that this organization has put in me to be a competent father, to be a competent blind person, to be a competent employee within the federal government. And I'm truly grateful for that. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be like Amy. Amy mentioned that she's gonna give this up in a couple of years as president, but she's not gonna stop working for the Federation. And that's gonna be me one day as well. I'm not gonna stop. I may not lead forever, but I'm always gonna give to this organization that is giving back to me. I want to transition into my next portion. I'm a big music buff. I'm a big music fan. I'm going to kind of stop at talking about R&B and pop music, especially when we talk about the 80s. Now, I know this is going to take some of you NAB students off track, but that's fine. But growing up, we know that a lot of major artists came out some of the major cities across this country, right? But the two artists, or quite honestly, the two groups I'm going to talk about of my youth actually came out of Boston and the Boston suburbs. That will be the New Kids on the Block and New Edition. I bring them up because these two groups were phenomenal groups and continue to be. I've actually attended a New Edition show or two, one of the best shows I've ever attended. When I had full sight, I would see the performance given by the New Kids on the Block. Outstanding. Right? But as I got older and started watching these shows and documentaries, come to find out these two groups had issues, right? If it wasn't egos and infighting, it was accusations of lip syncing and exhaustion, working too hard. But knowing that they were going through all these things, they still performed. They still gave great shows. Simply put, they performed in the midst of adversity. Why do I bring this up? Because in a sense, I'm asking us as blind people within the Federation to perform in the midst of adversity. Some of you may say, what is that adversity? Right. One is the pandemic, but two has been the concerns of our members for several years over a few things that I think we already know has been discussed during this convention. So as we perform, it's very important that we perform in this adversity because, plain and simple, there are blind people out there who need us. There are blind people who are socially isolated and have no clue about assistive technology and how it can help them. We got to continue to perform because, as you saw in the Washington seminar, we got priorities, legislative priorities that's going to assist us as blind people living a good quality of life. We got to continue to perform because there are people out there who continue to doubt us and doubt our abilities to be parents and to be solid workers in the workforce, doubting us to the point where we're still getting paid less than minimum wage. So the performance has to continue. But I do want to point out, as we continue to perform, we still must support and provide comfort to our survivors. As we continue to perform, we must abide by our code of conduct and never discourage a member who may is thinking about filing on a code of conduct, never discourage them at all. Support them as they deal with anything they're dealing with, discrimination or harassment that is going on. More importantly, as we continue to perform, we have to continue to create those inclusive spaces for our diverse members in this organization. As I've said many times, the more we acknowledge our diversity, the stronger this organization is going to be. So the performance must not stop. It must continue. And that's what I really believe we have the capability of doing so. Matter of fact, the Washington seminar even proved that we'll continue to perform. It didn't stop us. You could not come to DC. I lived there, but you could not come to DC. But yet you were still able to meet your congressman and share our 4 priorities with them, which is extremely important. I would be remiss if I did not mention that it is Black History Month. And I'm going to bring up one individual, which is Dr. Martin Luther King. I bring him up because there are some Federationists who believe that in order to really make a difference in this organization, you actually have to lead something. And I'm here to tell you that's not the case at all. I love Dr. Martin Luther King more than anybody on this phone, on this Zoom call. But Martin Luther King could not do it all by himself. He had lieutenants who worked under him. But in order for him to get the job done, he needed people on the ground level, people who sold dinners to raise money, people who could only pay their $5, at the time, maybe $2 or $3 for their dues for NAACP. He needed individuals to just hold picket signs and participate in sit-ins. He needed people to participate in freedom rides. He needed people to march. He could not do the civil rights movement by himself. In fact, if he decided to walk to Selma on that bridge by himself, he would have died way earlier than he did at the age of 39. A movement needs its members. So for those of you who sell candy to raise money, you are extremely important. To those of you who only can afford to pay your chapter membership, your chapter dues, you are extremely important. For those of you who can only give a few hours a week or maybe a few hours a month to assist in some Federation business, you are extremely important. No leader can lead without members. It's virtually impossible. Our president, Mark Riccobono, will tell you, he can't do his job without his membership. All of his membership. It's virtually impossible to do. You need 50,000 people to back you up when you're dealing with inaccessibility, when you're dealing with your parents' rights being violated. So I say all that to say all of you are important in this movement. Every last one of you. Now, as you heard the big news today, Amy said she's stepping down after 2 years. This will be her last run if she's reelected. Right? What she said is she's paid her dues, but also what she's saying, it's time for some of y'all to step up. It's time for people to put the work in. And not to say you have not, but more needs to be done. I'm looking at you young folks who are on this line. As I told the students today, you are our leaders in the future, for the future. It's proof in the pudding, right? Because if you look at our national board, as I told the students, a lot of our board members were once students, part of NABS. And now they are our leaders. So I ask you, as this time Amy's time comes up in a couple years. Take advantage of what she's offering. She says she's ready to groom leaders. She's ready to provide mentorship. And I'm going to back her up on that as well. I'm ready to assist in mentoring some of you all who are ready to be mentored. Because this is how the Federation stays strong. This is how the Federation continues to progress, even after over 80 years. All of you are important to this movement. I want to conclude by saying one of my favorite sayings, and I see my dear friend Denise Brown, president of the Greater Philadelphia Chapter, is on the line. She's heard me say this before, that one of my favorite artists of all time, my favorite poet, is a man named James Brown. James Brown once had a song that he would sing very humbly and loud. He would sing, "I'm Black and I'm proud." Well, we as Federationists say we are blind and we are proud. And we should all be proud to be members of the National Federation of the Blind. Madam President, thank you for the time and opportunity, and God bless you all.
Trying to unmute here. Sean, thank you very much. It's leaders like you that I think help us all to become better people and better leaders. So thank you for your inspiring words. I think this calls for a door prize.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Sean. You were great.
Oh, thank you.
Our next door prize is a $25 Visa card. And our person to this time, I hope I say this right, Venda Chawla. Oh boy.
Vinod Chawla.
Vinod. Yeah, Vinod.
Is Vinod in the room? No, he was on the room.
He is in the room. If not, if you want to unmute or raise your hand.
I heard him earlier come in.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Vinod here.
Okay, terrific. Congratulations.
Good.
Thank you.
All right. That's great. One more?
One more. Sure.
Okay, this is another really nice gift. This is another gift from Precious. It's a CD of children's music, EP, I think is the name of it. Am I got it right? I think. Anyhow, it's a download, and the winner this time is Penny Duffy.
Oh, I don't think
From
Penny's
Concord.
here. She was one of our panelists and speakers yesterday.
Yes, I know, but that's okay.
Right. I don't.
Shall I
think
give
she's
another
here.
name?
I would, because I know she would be on Zoom if she were here.
Okay. Then the person would be Tom Gracie?
Gerasi?
Gracie?
Tom
I don't know.
Gerasi. Tom Gerasi.
Mhm.
Are
Thank
in
you.
the room?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, terrific.
Good, Tom. All right, you get the CD.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know if it's even called a download. Great.
Okay.
I don't know. See, that's why I'm old. I don't even know what to call them anymore.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So I think we're going to now start. We're now going to start with the auction, and I'm going to explain how it's going to work. Given this interesting situation that we're in, we usually are in the room and, auction items are back at the table and, there's always a scramble, and afterwards people are taking credit cards and all that. So what we're going to do this time to try to make it as painless as possible, John Oliveira, our auctioneer extraordinaire will be conducting the auction. And for the people who give the winning bids, if you are registered, I have your phone number because you put it in your registration. And if you registered so that you don't get busy signals and so forth, we will call you and collect your credit card information and discuss payment. If you're not registered, if you didn't register, but you're here and you want to bid, that's fine. I will ask that if you win one of our auction prizes, that what you do is that you text or call my telephone number, 781-267-4432, and let me know how to reach you so we can get you your auction item and collect from you. Now remember, we normally at this convention have an exhibit hall, and we have all 50-50 raffle, and we do a lot of fundraising at our convention. And for the reasons that are obvious due to the pandemic, we cut back on a lot of that this time. But we raise money primarily for scholarships. So it's really important that you do what you can and that you please bid on the items we have. We got some great items, and that you participate as much as possible in the auction. Anybody have any questions before we get started?
Amy, you just might want to tell people, do you want them to raise their hands or just unmute to bid?
I actually would prefer, I think, let's try it this way. This is new for all of us. I would like you, if you are going to bid, please unmute and give your name, because we need to know your name, because we're trying to keep track of who has the winning bids. And the only way we can do that is to make sure we don't make an error, is that you give your name. Okay? Any other questions?
All right. Okay, guys. We're ready to start our auction. So I'm gonna, as Amy just described, so you guys, when you go ahead and unmute yourselves, or if you think you're interested in an item, and you can leave yourself unmuted so that you can trade bids with folks if you're interested in that particular item. But if you're not interested in the item, just leave yourself muted till we're done. We go to the next item, and then you can consider your interest in that item as we go forward. So we're going to confirm the name and the bid before I say sold, and then we'll move on to the next item. So I'd like to say hello to our dear friend Jamal Mazrui from Seattle, Washington. I just heard him check in. I believe that was him. I hope he has his credit card with him, and he's going to join our auction. So here we go. First auction item is going to be a $25 Legal Seafood gift card. Legal Seafood's been a great supporter of NFB throughout the years. We used to have our meetings at the Legal Seafood for many, many years in Cambridge, at Cambridge chapter. And they've always been very helpful and always have contributed to our convention. So we have a $25 Legal Seafood. Now, Amy mentioned how we usually do a lot of other fundraising. So just think of the money that you would spend on raffle tickets and then maybe purchase an item. Let's put it all together here. And tonight, maybe we're going to overbid some of these items, but just think of that you're helping to support scholarships and you're getting a little something for your support. So it's very important, again, as Amy made her announcement today, that we support scholarships because those are our future leaders. And that's a great way to introduce folks to the NFB. So, all right, let's go. We're going to start the bid at $20 for the Legal Seafood card. Where do I hear $20? Do I hear $20? Come on, somebody, give me $20. Who do we have out there?
Barbara.
Barbara, $20. Do we hear 25 for legal seafood? $25. Do we hear 25 for legal seafood? Do we hear $25? Come on now.
25.
25. Who is that?
What's your name? What's your name?
Sean, I'm sorry, Sean Calloway.
Gotcha, Sean. All right. Very good, sir.
Thanks, Sean.
And 25, do we hear 30? $30. Come on, folks. You're going to buy.
Tom Gerasi. I do 30. I'm doing 30.
Good man. Yep. Good man. What else? 35. Do we hear 35?
35, Sean Calloway.
Sean wants it for 35. Very good, Sean. Great. $40. Do we hear 40 for this gift card for legal seafood? I haven't been there since the pandemic, I don't think. That's since last March. I miss it. We hear $40. Do we hear $40? $35 going once. $35 going twice. It's your last chance. $35.
50, 50, Joanne Jordan, 50.
50. You got in there, Joanne.
Yep.
Thanks for your bid. You got in there.
Welcome.
From Sean. Sean, how about 55? How about it, Sean? Joanne Jordan.
God bless Joanne. She's so it's fine.
Yes, sir. $50 going once, Joanne. $50 going twice. Sold to Joanne Jordan for $50.
Thank you.
Much, Joanne.
Thanks, Joanne.
You're welcome.
All right. Very good. Now, how many of you have played a ukulele? How many of you have wanted to even try holding and playing a ukulele? Well, Precious is going to help you with that. She is offering a 30-minute lesson on how to play the ukulele, or if you rather sing, maybe she can play the ukulele and you can sing. She'll give you a 30-minute voice lesson and show you how to sound almost as good as she does, but not quite. So $30, 30-minute ukulele or 30-minute voice lesson, your choice. And so we're going to start that off at $50. Do we hear $50 for trying out this ukulele or a voice lesson with Precious? Well.
Jeanette, $50.
$50 for Jeanette. 55. Do we hear 55? Do we hear 55? All right. We have $50 going once, $50 going twice. We're going to call it sold for the Jeanette Kutash for $50. Thanks so much, Jeanette. And
thank you.
You'll get Precious information soon. And now Precious is in a very charitable mood, and she also is donating a 1-hour virtual concert. And Sean, you could take advantage of this one here. 1-hour virtual concert. So you can invite a bunch of folks to your home after this situation is cleared up a little bit here, and or don't even come to your home. They can all sit in their own home. Virtual concert. No need to bring people out of their comfort zone. Let them sit there. They can order their food and their drink, and have Precious do a nice 1-hour concert for them. So what do we hear for this 1-hour concert? I'd say $75. Let's start this at $75. 1 hour, $75 of singing.
Yeah, 75, Sean. 75,
Sean. All right, good man.
Amy Rule, 100.
How much?
100.
100. All right. How about 110? Who's got
Sean, 110.
Sean, 110. How about a 125?
Amy Rule, 125.
All right. Amy, 125. How about 150? 150. Do I hear 150? Come on, guys, unmute. Let's go. 150. 125. How about 150?
But before I continue the bidding, are we also auctioning off any goodies?
No goodies. There's no food products in the auction tonight because of the shipping and the delays that are going on with shipping, and we could not guarantee the freshness of the product. So
Got it. Okay, that's fine. Then 130, Sean.
all right, 130. Do we hear 135?
140, Amy.
140. We hear 150.
150, Sean.
All right, Sean, 150. This is going to be one heck of a virtual concert. There's no limit on this virtual concert. If you can find 100 people to listen to Precious, you can do a fundraiser for your NFB.
160. Amy
160.
160.
All right, 160. Amy's ready to put this whole virtual concert together. 160. Do we hear 165, Sean?
Yes, 165, Sean.
All right. 175. Amy, what do you got?
175.
190. Who gives me 190? 190. Come on. 180, Sean. 180. Can't let her beat you off for $5, my friend.
All right, man. 180, Sean.
180. How about 185, Amy? Don't let them take it. Come on.
200. Amy 200.
200. All right. Now we got some serious money going on here. Sean, how about 205? You don't want to let her have that. Come on. She can hear Precious anytime. This is special for you, out-of-state guy.
Come on, Sean. Don't let her win.
Hey, who's got you on?
That's what I'm saying. All right, 205.
You got it. How about
No, he doesn't. 210.
All right, 210. How about 215? Who's got 215 for me? 210.
215.
We got
Sean, 215.
All right. How about 220?
225.
225. How about 230? 230. Do I hear 230? Come on, guys. 230. 225 going once. 225 going twice. Come on, let's go. Sold. Amy for 225.
Thank you very much. I'm actually
Thank you so much.
What I'm gonna do with this actually is we're looking for things to do for the seniors who I work with. So we will not only invite NFB folks, but we're also going to be inviting some of the seniors from our support groups.
Sounds like a plan. All right, very good. All right, so since we're in the musical theme here, we're going to stick with that for a little bit, and we're going to change themes right after this one. So how about a drum lesson? Has anyone ever wanted to play drums, learn about drums, and maybe try that out? We got a drum lesson for you. Shane Lowe has offered a drum lesson, and this can be worked out, whatever location you want to work it out, in virtual or in person. And so we're going to start that at $50. Who wants to go learn how to play drums for $50?
Sarah, 50.
Shara wants to play the drums for $50. How about 60? Do we hear 60? $60. Come on, guys, let's go. $60. We hear 55. Anybody for 55? All right. So $50 going once. $50.
Come on, really?
Twice.
Come on, drums are awesome.
You better get your make sure your wrists are Shara.
Beecham 55, Jessica Beecham.
Jessica, very
My
good.
God.
Hello, how are you? 65.
I didn't want to bid against you, Shara. I thought you might really want to drum, and so then when you acted like you didn't, I'm like, oh yeah, I can bid now.
No, 65. No. We don't worry about that. Just get the bid up. That's all we worry about here. 65 plus 70.
70.
70.
Who said that?
Beecham.
Okay. Thanks, Jessica.
Thank you.
All right. How about 75? Do we hear 75? 75 for this fantastic drum lesson with Sean. You heard him on the on our little talent night last night. He was playing right along.
Shara, 75.
Say it again.
75. Me, or whatever the next $5 was. Yeah.
Shara's not going to let this slide. Jessica, how about 80, Jessica? Come on now.
Beecham's out.
Bijan's out. $75. And we hear 80 from anybody else. 80. $75 going once. $75 going twice. Sold to Shara for $75.
Woohoo! All right, I'm looking forward to that. Woohoo!
All right. Very good. You should make a little recording so we can hear it next
Well, no, I don't know if you want to do that.
time. All right. So we're going to move. Like I said, we're going to change themes here for a little bit. We're going to go more into Mika Peichel has donated some services here, and we're going to take a look at what he's offering this year. So Mika is willing to provide an hour of consultation to help you sort of in the following areas. So home automation, Apple devices, selecting your favorite Apple device or your favorite apps. Also talks about optimizing your computer. So if you have a lot of crashing going on, you need to have that computer optimized. And Mika is very good at that, so he can help you out with that. And also looking to assist you with any Google products you're having issues with. Alexa, how to use rideshare apps, how to use Ira, anything you want to do, how to talk about travel planning. He can work with you one-on-one, and you're going to get an hour. I just said Lady A, and she started doing something here. So he's going to work with you for an hour in consultation and follow up with an hour of more very specific training or working on your products that you select. So let's start this out. I mean, a consultation, we're going to start that out at least $50. Let's start there. $50 for this consultation, get all your problems worked out related to technology, any new gadgets you have or any ideas you're having. $50. How about $50?
Lorna,
Barbara.
55.
I heard Lorna 55.
Barbara?
60.
Who said 55?
I at first said 50 and then somebody else said 55.
Yeah, I said 55.
Okay. Was that Lorna?
Yes.
Lorna said 55.
Okay. Do we hear 60?
60.
Who is that?
Barbara.
Please say your name. Thank you.
Okay.
60. How about 65? Do we hear 65?
Lorna, 65.
75.
Who says 75?
Jen Bode.
Jen, all right, 75. Do we hear 80? Do we hear 80? $80. Come on, from Mika's time, this man is much in demand. If you can get him off a plane, he'll be all set. Worth $80. It's worth $100 or more. So do we have 75? Is that what the last bid was? Jen?
Yep.
All right. So
80. Barbara.
Barbara says 80. Okay. 80. How about 85? Do we hear 85? 85. 80 going once. 80 going twice. Last chance. Sold for $80 to Barbara.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to stick with Mika's donations here. And many of us attended, or some of us attended the Washington seminar virtually this year. And many of us have gone over the years to Washington seminar in Washington. So usually you're going to sort of chase around for airfare. And Mika is offering airfare for one with a special upgrade of your choice. So you'll have to discuss that with the upgrade. That might be first class. It might be extended room, or if it might be the upgrade might mean that you end up sitting next to Mick on the way to Washington. Listen to him snore all the way to Washington. So here we go. So also,
or get to have lunch with Sean when you arrive.
There you go. So if you're going to, if we have the same issue we had this year, next year, which I'm pretty sure we won't, hoping we won't, that it's done virtually, Mika is willing to offer a trip in place of that a round trip ticket for one person, and that's going to be in the 48 United States, the lower 48, and again with that upgrade included, whatever is available at the time. So, but this will definitely be, and this doesn't have to be someone here from Massachusetts. He's willing to offer this round trip ticket for one from anywhere in the lower 48 states. So no Alaska, no Hawaii, but so Jessica, you can bid on this. Sean, I don't know if you need to bid on it. You're probably just going to commute. You don't want to fly. You're pretty close.
Sean, you can always come here first and then go back home.
Yeah, you could always fly here first and then do the return with Mecca on the same flight out. That'll be your amenity.
Of course, you might end up in Kansas, but you know.
There you go. All right, guys, let's start this off at $100. $100 round trip ticket with a potential upgrade.
Mitchell, $100.
Who was that for 100?
Michelle Mitchell.
All right, Michelle, how are you? Michelle.
Good. How you doing?
Good. How about 125?
Randy, 125.
Randy, 125. All right, 150. How about
Mark from Maine, 150.
Mark from Maine.
Yes.
How are you?
Okay.
Good. And your closest airport would be Portland.
Yes, it would. Yeah. Well, actually Bangor, but Portland would probably be better because there are more choices. Yeah.
Yes, you do want to get more choices here so you can get the upgrade. There's not that much upgrades you can do coming out of Bangor.
Actually, you know what? Presque Isle, now United has flights from Presque Isle, which is my closest airport, direct nonstop to DC, to Dallas.
Oh, wow. That's great for Presque Isle.
Yeah.
So, all right. So what are we at? 150, is it?
150.
150. All right.
Sherry Brunn. Sorry, Mark. 175.
175. All right. 175. Do we hear 180?
Mark, 200.
Mark says 200. All right.
Mark's serious here.
I love
that
this.
upgrade. 200. Do we hear 210?
Sherry, 210.
All right.
Oh, all right, Sherry.
Do we hear 220?
Come on, Mark.
Do we hear 220?
Mark, it cuts you. Oh, there he goes.
Mark, 225.
Mark, you want 225?
Yes.
You out-of-staters, you're great. I want you to come to convention every year. You're helping us. Thank you.
All right. So,
Lena, 230.
Uh-oh.
Who said that? Oh,
Lena.
That was Lena.
Lena, 230. Great. Okay.
Lena, 230. Do we hear 235, Mark?
Sherry, Mark.
Sherry, Mark? Anybody? 230 going once. Come on. You got to think a little quick here. 230 going twice.
Oh my gosh, this is round. Is it one way or round trip?
Round trip.
One round trip for one ticket, one person with an upgrade.
And that's
Gary or Michelle, come on, y'all. That's a real good price for y'all because you won't get that.
Is this a convention or is this a trip to
This is
the Washington?
For the Washington seminar.
Oh, I'm sorry, my mistake.
Are you sure? Mark is the highest bidder right now, right?
No,
Lena is.
Come on, Marv, you can do this.
Sherry, come on.
230 going once, 230 going twice. Sold, Lena Bandy.
All right.
Hey, thank you.
Well done, Lena.
Wow, I was looking forward to Mark bringing us all lobsters down to Washington.
A really good deal there, Lena.
All right.
Thanks, Lena.
Mark, you can still bring the lobsters.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
I'll pack them in dry ice and make sure they get there safely.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So some of you who watch CNBC or who are big on the social media have heard of something called Clubhouse. If you haven't, it's It's an exclusive invitation only type of situation. It's a social media, audio social media network. And the winner will receive this exclusive invitation. And what happens is that you'll be able to listen to audio presentations from folks like Mark Zuckerberg and who's the other guys? The Elon Musk, maybe who knows? So really, it's a Clubhouse is like a network of high-end business folks that are involved in producing and involved in our CEOs of companies. And so it's really a great learning opportunity. You can hear about all how they got to where they are and what they did. And there's even conversation, a point that if you can make some comments or get in there, and if they invite you to go on there, then everyone will hear your comments that you're making. So it's a great opportunity. It's something new that was started. They're starting out small, so they do an exclusive invitations only. So it really is beneficial for someone who's definitely into business or someone who's into, there's a variety of topics on there, but what I've seen primarily is a lot of the business folks that some of the shows I watch have been talking about.
There's cooking, there's travel, somebody that likes to be an early adopter and, get on things early and,
So you hear all of the...
There's actually a group in Clubhouse that I'm a part of called the 15%. It's dedicated to talk about the disabled community.
Okay, so there's a variety of things. So let's talk about this. This sounds like a pretty valuable opportunity. And you'll get this invitation. It's not like you can go and join now. You have to be invited by someone. So
it's like a great app for networking. It's like the audio version of LinkedIn.
There you go.
And then you just need a smartphone. I think an iPhone. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you need a smartphone
yeah.
for this. So, so let's start that out with $50. $50.
Lorna for 55.
55. Well, do we hear 60?
Jen Bose, I'll do 75 again.
Jen Bose, 75 for a Clubhouse invitation.
Lorna, 80.
Lorna says she wants $80 for the Clubhouse invitation. Do we hear 85?
Rashad.
Rashad, you said 85?
100.
100? Okay. 100 for the Clubhouse invitation. Do we hear 105? Do we hear 105? 100 going once. 100 going twice.
Jen Bose, 110.
Jen Bose, 110. Do we hear 115?
Lorna, 115.
Lorna, 115. Do we hear 120?
Rashad, 120.
Do we hear 125? Do we hear 125? 120 going once. 120 going twice. Sold to Rashad for $120. $120 to Rashad. All right. We have me.
Rashad, excuse me one quick second. Rashad, you did register, correct?
Yes.
Okay, then I have your number. Thank you.
Okay, very good.
Beecham.
Yeah.
If Amy, if you guys would like it, I have a Clubhouse invite that I would be willing to donate to the Massachusetts affiliate to the second bidder if they would be willing to pay the same price and I'll give you guys can collect the money and then I'll give you the invite.
$120. Does anybody else want it for $120?
Yeah, I'll take it for the 120.
You'll take it?
Who's that?
This is Lorna.
Lorna. Okay, I thought that.
So I can connect Amy either with you or Shara and get you guys the invite info. I can.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Actually, so we have one more. We have a third. If anybody wants it for that same price, that the money will be donated to the Massachusetts affiliate.
I was gonna say I have one too.
Okay, hold on.
I think someone whose audio is very low is trying to bid.
I think that's Jen Bose.
Okay, so we've got two. So
Fine. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear now, Jen.
Yes, much better, Jen.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
You want the
Thank
third
you.
one for
We all get
120.
one. Awesome. And
All
they
right.
get a lot of money. We get a lot of money too. Thanks.
So we have three for $120, 3 Clubhouse memberships. All right. Very good. Let's move on to the Orbit Writer. Now, some of you folks have probably seen this around. The Orbit Writer is a pocket-sized little Braille input keyboard. It works connects with USB or Bluetooth, and you can use it with iPhones and Androids and Fire tablets and Windows PCs. So why don't we start this out at $75? If you ever want to have a little portable entry device that you can enter stuff on your phone, or $75.
Stephanie, 75.
75. Do we hear 80? We hear 80.
Yeah, I'll do 80.
Who was that did 80? Did we hear 80?
This is Shane. Sorry about that.
Shane, sorry. Okay, 80. Do we hear 85?
You hush, Stephanie.
Stephanie, 85.
Ah, there she goes.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Do we hear 90?
Let's do 90. Let's do 90.
All right. How about 100, Stephanie? Come on. Do we hear 95?
Stephanie, 95.
Do we hear 100?
I'll drop 100. We'll do that.
All right. Do we hear 105?
Stephanie.
105. How about 110?
We'll do 110. We'll do that.
Right. How about 115? Do we hear 115, guys? Come on. $115. Come on, it's a good deal. All right, 110 going once. 110 going twice. Last chance. 110 sold to Sean. Thank you so much, Sean.
Shane,
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Call me whatever
Shane.
you want.
That's right, Shane. No.
Thanks, man.
All right. The man with the drums. All right. Very good. So we're going to go back to gift cards. I have a couple of gift cards. I'm changing this around a little bit, Amy. So we're going to do an Amazon gift card. So remember all the raffle tickets that you would be buying, but this is an Amazon gift card. It's a $20 value. We're going to start it out at $20. Who will give me $20 for the Amazon gift card? $20.
Randy, $20.
Randy, $20.
25.
25. Who said 25?
30.
Tom Girassi.
All right, 25 for Tom. Who?
Randy, 30.
Randy, 30.
30, Randy. How about 35, Tom?
40.
You said 40, Tom?
Yep.
40?
Randy, 50.
Randy, $50 for the $20 gift card. Do we hear 55? 50 going once, 50 going twice. Tom, you have a gift card from Amazon. Thank you so much, $50.
I said 50, not him.
Yeah.
Who said 50?
That wasn't me. That was Randy.
Randy, I'm sorry, Randy. Yeah, it was you. Sorry, I got to write these names down. All right, Amy, you got it, right? Randy.
Yep, I'm not registered, so somebody will have to get in touch with me another way.
All right. Amy, do you want to take a phone number or an email?
Yeah, Randy, please call my number or text me. Text your phone number to 781-267-4432.
267-4432?
Yeah,
Yep.
781-267-4432, please.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Randy. All right, we're going to stay with the gift cards. We have Starbucks gift cards. So we have
Two $15 gift cards.
right. I know. So we're going to try to sell them separately. So who'll give me $15 for the one gift card?
Randy, 15.
Randy, 15. Who'll give me 20?
Mark, 20.
Mark, 20. Starbucks.
Randy, 25.
25.
Mark, 50.
You want to give me? The cards are worth $15. Okay,
That's okay. I haven't been to Starbucks in years.
Okay. Oh, it's well worth the $50 then.
Yes.
So $50. Do we hear 55? $50 going once. $50 going twice. Mark, you have the $50 gift card.
It's nice to see two people in our affiliate won something. Yay.
Yay. Mark, did you register?
I did, yes.
I thought so. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
okay.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Yeah.
Way to go, Mark.
All right.
All right. And those were donated to us by Bronwyn Tedeschi. Thank you so much, Bronwyn, for donating those. Amy, I still have the other one. I want to do something else
Yep,
with.
that's fine.
So,
I'm in HR.
so we're going to grab the next page of goodies and see what we can do with this. So we're going to turn to cooking for now. So those of you who are cooks or thinking about being cooks and have always wanted to get some Pampered Chef products.
Or if you just like to eat, you need to warm something up.
Well, that too. So the Pampered Chef products, I mean, they have a lot of cooking items, but they also have gourmet type of spices now, and they've got all kinds of other air fryers and instant cookers and ice cream makers, and they have all kinds of good potato peelers and great pineapple coring product that works out really well. So this package is worth.
I don't need it yet.
We're going to start out at $80.
Okay, need it.
So this is Pampered Chef, high quality stuff. Let's start out with $80. Do we hear $80?
And that gives you $80 of product.
Yeah, you get $80 of product.
Whatever you want for $80.
You choose whether it's pizza, the little
pizza stone.
stones, yeah, pizza stones or cupcake things or whatever, cupcake tins they're really good. How about $80?
Spatulas, cooking services.
$80.
Elena, $80.
Elena, okay, $80. Yep.
Do we have 85?
Was that Lena Bandy?
No, Elena. She's a
Elena.
student.
Elena. She's gonna need some of those cooking products.
Awesome.
So do we hear 85? Do we hear 85? All right. $80 going once. $80 going twice. Sold for $80 to Elena.
Great, thank you.
Right.
I'll call you or text you, Amy, because I didn't register.
Yeah, but I do have your number.
Oh
actually.
yeah, I know you do. But...
Yeah, I do. I have your number. We're good. Thank
Cool.
you.
All right. Wow. Hello, Susan Mazrui. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Hey, good.
Oh,
Hey,
speaker's
Susan.
off. Hey.
So the I'm trying to find a product that would be good for out-of-state folks, but right now this is more for local. We have a massage that was donated. The facility is in West Springfield. So
Called Mind, Body, and Skin.
So this would be for folks in our Western Mass, unless someone wants to take a ride out that way. And you can pick the type of massage you want, and it's for 1 hour. So let's start that off at $50. Do we hear 50 for the massage?
Oh my goodness, a massage for $50.
The value that the spa is willing
The
to
value
offer
is
is up to
79.
79. So,
Do we
and
hear
you,
it? $50.
Maureen, 60.
Maureen, 60.
Woo!
All right. Do we hear 65? Do we hear 65?
Yeah.
60 going once, 60 going twice. Looks like you have a massage, Maureen.
Oh, yes.
All right, there you go.
For a darn good price, too.
All right. So the next one is going to be a 1 hour consultation session on how to be your best advocate. So.
With Earl Williams.
What?
With Earl Williams.
Yes, with Earl Williams, yeah. So if you're thinking of that you have an issue, that you're going to need some advocacy skills, well, this might be the product for you. Let's start it out. Earl is very resourceful, and he'll give you some good advice and give you some good skills. So it's a 1 hour consultation with Earl. Let's start it out at $30. $30. Just think of an advocacy.
Michelle Mitchell.
Michelle
Mitchell, $30.
All right, Michelle. Do we hear 35? Do we hear 35? $30 going once, $30 going twice.
I'll take it up to 40 because I love you guys.
Oh,
well, then 40 it is. Do we hear 45?
Last of the big spenders.
Do we hear 45? All right, Michelle, 40 going once, 40 going twice. Sold for $40 to Michelle.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so the next one is, it's called a Neora Fit Wellness. It's a 30-day supply of a variety of products that make you feel real good. You have some energy boosters in the morning. You'll have some products that give you a little boost in the middle of the day and help out your skin and help out your metabolism and decrease those cravings in the afternoon for those afternoon snacks. And then you have products that before you go to bed, they help you relax and stay calm, and so you can get a good night's rest. So this package is a great, again, 30-day supply of these different products for all these different times of the day that we just mentioned. And it retails for $149, but we'll start it out at $80. Hey, do we hear?
I'll bid for 80, sure.
Yeah. Do we hear $80?
Y'all, I've lost 8 pounds in 1 month on this stuff.
So if you guys don't want to work out so much, but want to use this product, then you might lose some weight.
But then you want to work out too. That's what I did all during the
week. And if you work
workout.
out even more, you can lose more weight. So.
And the night one helps you sleep and calm and closes your mind off and helps you sleep.
Are you bidding, Shara?
No.
I will, because I know what it's worth. I didn't donate. A friend of mine donated it. So yeah. So I'll because it's worth $143, not $49. It's worth $143, and so yeah, $80 is a darn good price.
We have a starting bid of $80. 70.
Oh,
What's
man.
the item again?
It's a 30-day supplies of a wellness and fitness. It's powder, 3 powders that you put in at breakfast, lunch, and then before you go to bed that gives you collagen and protein, all the vitamins and minerals that you need for your day. It helps speed up your metabolism, helps your skin, helps you calm down at night, and speeds up your metabolism, cuts food cravings, all of that. And it's like a powder that you put in your juice or water to drink.
Thank you.
All right. Do we hear $60?
I'll go for 60, Rashad.
Okay.
$60. Do we hear 70?
Lena, 70.
70. Okay. That's
Bob, 80.
Bob, 80. All right. Do we hear 85?
Rashad, 85.
All right. How about 90?
Bob, 90.
Bob, he's into the health. And 95. Can we hear 95 out there?
Rashad.
95, Rashad. We hear $100. $100. $95 going once.
Bob, 100.
$100. All right. Do we hear 105? Do we hear 105? $100 going once. $100 going twice. Sold to Bob Barron for $100.
You'll love it, Bob. I'll talk you through it.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, so to round out the night here, we're going to go back to this gift card that I left behind. It's another Starbucks gift card. So we sold one earlier for $50. Do we have anyone that wants to pay $50 for the $15 gift card?
50, Randy.
Who got the last one?
Mark did.
Mark, okay. Randy, $50?
Yes, sir.
It's yours, my friend. Randy, $15 gift card.
And Randy, if I don't have your number, please text me.
Can you give me the number again? Because I thought I did text it.
Oh, I may have it. Hold on. Yeah, I've got it. Thank you.
You got it?
Thank you. I've got it.
Okay, thank you.
So we will be contacting you. And hold on, I'm going to get you guys a total.
I have one something that I wanted to offer, if I can.
Oh, of course. What do you have?
Some people were at one of the seminars that we did about coping skills, and I am a practitioner of emotional freedom techniques, which is a healing modality that is kind of like acupuncture, but without needles and can be done virtually. And I want to offer an hour session, which is a $60 value.
All right. So we'll start that out at $40.
Where are you located?
I'm located in Boston, but it can be done over the phone, so it doesn't matter. It's can be done virtually. I've been doing it for the all through the pandemic.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
All right. How about $40? Anyone interested? $40.
Sherry, 50.
$50, Sherry. All right. 55. How about 55? Do we have 55? $50 going once to Sherry. $50 going twice. Sold to Sherry for $50.
I'm excited I heard her talk about it. This is great. Thank you.
You're
awesome.
All right. Appreciate it.
I was wondering if you were going to pipe in, Sherry.
Thanks so much for all your bidding tonight. It's been a few less than what we usually have, but we couldn't put a lot of our good food products that we usually bring in, and a lot of the restaurants that we usually get are just not open or available. So Thank you all for donating and helping out the students scholarship program here at NFB.
John? Sorry,
ahead.
this is Barbara. I was supposed to, a Massage Envy. I didn't get a chance to call it in. So
What do
could
you have?
you
Tell us about it.
a massage from Massage Envy, and they're in Boston and in Cambridge, and it's a $60 value.
Can you use it at any Massage Envy? Because they're all over the U.S.
Yes, I believe so, but I'm a member of the one in Boston, but I'm sure you can.
Okay, so it's a gift certificate that's transferable, you think?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So let's start that right out at $60, guys. Who wants to pay for this massage?
Carrie, 60.
Okay. We hear 65.
Lena, 65.
We hear 70. We hear 70. $65 going once. Come on. Massage Envy is a good place. $65 going twice. Sold. Elena for $65.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else have any last minute items they want to sell? Want to put up for auction here?
Elizabeth had her hand raised and lowered it, so I'm not sure if she was trying to indicate something to us.
That was an accident. Sorry, Carrie. I was just really excited because this has been a fun auction to watch, and my fingers were ready to
I
tap
didn't
away.
want you to be missed if you were trying to say, hey.
I appreciate
Very
that.
good.
Thank you.
Were you practicing for next year's auction?
Hey, trust me, if I could have put a little bit more thought into what I could offer, I'd be offering something up. You guys have put on
Well,
a great convention. I've been honored.
You have a whole year. So next year we'll.
I'll start thinking.
All right. Very good. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for contributing and then participating tonight. And Amy, back to you for whatever wrap up you
All
want.
right. I want to tell you all, we're still counting it up, but I believe we are over $1,700. So thank you all. Really appreciate it. Okay. Could we have another door prize?
Yes, one more door prize. I believe this is our last door prize for the night. And it's a very special one, and it's from NFBMA, and it's a gift card for $50. No, it's not a gift card. It's just $50. You can hear me.
Yes.
Why am I having?
Don't
I
worry.
keep getting buzzed.
Don't worry.
All right. And,
You're touching the
okay.
phone.
Oh, maybe. Okay, the winner, Barbara Lomax.
She's here.
Yep, I'm here.
Yep.
She's here.
Okay, congratulations. You won the big door prize for today.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Now, don't go away. We have one more set of things to do. And
Is Precious going to sing?
well, you certainly can. That wasn't what I had in mind. We have scholarships to award.
There we go.
We have scholarships to award, and I want to thank everybody who applied. Boy, it was as always, it's always a difficult thing. We try to award both for academics and high academic achievement, as well as well-rounded leadership skills. And we had the same problem this year as we did last year, because we had more candidates than we could give scholarships to. We usually give 3, and as we are left with the same problem this year. And so I canvassed the board, and most of the board, anybody who responded on the board, and it was definitely a majority, said give 4 if you think we should. So we had a few less expenses this year, and with the help of the auction we just held, we can afford to do that. So Bob Barron, would you like to award the first scholarship for $1,500?
Okay. So our first scholarship awardee is Samuel
We
Borick.
can barely hear you, Bob.
I can hear him.
Like I said, our first awardee is Samuel Borick.
Yay.
So,
Congratulations, Sam.
some great references. Sounds like a very interesting musician, and I'm kind of jealous of these musicians, but I think I'll let them perform the music. But congratulations, Sam. I remember having breakfast with him last year.
Thank you. And then thank you, Sam. Do you want to say a few words? I hope you're in the room.
Uh-oh, we're going to have to give the money away to somebody else. Sam.
Wait, hold on. My Zoom just crashed. It just completely crashed. I don't know what happened.
Hold on.
Did the Zoom just crash for anybody else?
Nope.
What?
No.
Okay.
Okay,
But we
Sam.
can hear you though.
Sam, do you want to say something?
Yeah. I'd like to just say thank you. To all of you guys and to the NFB of Massachusetts. You guys are all great. I've met so many great friends from being at convention this year and last year. And I really hope to be at more conventions in the future. And yeah, just thank you so much.
You're welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sam, your homework assignment is you have to go try and watch Grey's Anatomy again because you've
Oh,
insulted
man.
my Grey's Anatomy one too many times.
Okay, I might do it. I need something to watch, so.
Thank you, Massachusetts. You saved us all.
Okay, our second awardee that I'm presenting is someone I went to her campus one time, and I met a blind woman that was a professional there, and it really intrigued me that someone could go on. I was working on finishing my associates or my bachelor's degree, and I was at a Cape Cod Community College. So I guess she's wondering who it is, huh? She already knows now. Rachel and I.
Hakila?
How'd I do? Rachel Hakila from Cape Cod Community College. Rachel, are you there? Is Rachel here?
Yeah, she's here.
Her Zoom crashed.
She's there.
Fell over on her chair, winning the money.
Rachel, speak up. Your microphone. You're unmuted, but
You're unmuted now, Rachel. Go ahead. Oh, we can't hear you. It says you're unmuted.
Can Jim or anybody see her there?
She's in the list.
There. It may be a problem with her mic. If you want to check your mic to see if there's if it's properly connected and if it's on.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't we maybe Rachel, if you can straighten out your audio, we'll come back.
Amy?
Oh,
ask
yes.
her if she has a mute button on her microphone. Because if that's muted.
She spoke earlier. I mean, I've talked with her today, so I think she should be okay. But we can come back because we do have two more to award. And again, this was a very difficult decision. But our next awardee for $1,500 is someone who is balancing school and being a new mom, and who is impassioned about languages and is very invested in our parenting legislation, has offered to help us to get that parenting bill passed. And I want to award the next scholarship of $1,500 to Stephanie Valdez. Stephanie?
Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so hi everyone. thank you so much. It does mean a lot to me. I've been with the Federation quite some time now, and I consider all of you my family, and it has helped me definitely in many ways in my personal and professional life. And also now as a new mom, like Amy says, I know I have a wonderful resource in the Federation for troubleshoot and for support whenever I need it. So thank you so much.
Well, you're welcome. Congratulations. Rachel, did you get your audio straightened out? Okay. Well, I'm sure that Rachel, if we could hear from Rachel, she would be very appreciative. I know she's juggling. She's got 4 children also headed to college or in college. She's working toward her degree, having gone back to school as an older student, and we want to welcome her to the Federation. This is her first opportunity with us, and wish her all the best and hope we continue to see you in the future. Now, our last scholarship winner, last but not least, and again, this was a very difficult decision. We could have awarded a scholarship to any of the 6 people who applied this year. We awarded this scholarship in part on, and this is a $2,500 scholarship. We awarded this we particularly look for academic excellence and academic success, as well as well-rounded community involvement and potential leadership. And this year, we have another person who is new to blindness organizations and new to the Federation in particular. And so we award the $2,500 scholarship to Elena Regan, who is a senior at Hopkinton High School and will be going on to college in the fall. So Elena, congratulations. And if you'd like to say a few words, we would welcome to hear from you.
I'd just like to say thank you so much. This was my first convention, and I do have to say it was definitely an eye-opening experience. And I definitely will be back for more, and I can't wait to do it in person. I think that's just going to add to the experience. And I'd just like to say thank you to everybody here. I'm hoping to join the students organization now that I know it exists, and I hope to be a pretty active member. So thank you, everybody.
Well, you're welcome, and welcome to our organization. And again, I encourage all of you to consider applying for the national scholarships as well. And if you want more information about that, I'm happy to talk with you. Do we have one more door prize to end the evening? I know we thought the $50 was going to be the last one, but if we have one more. I'm surprising my door prize people. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Jamie, there are messages from Rachel in the chat.
Oh,
hello.
Hold on.
Okay, hold on. There are messages from Rachel in the chat. Can somebody read that out?
She said her mic was
her
not
mic
working.
wasn't working, and
Okay,
that she was trying to get it fixed.
Yeah, her son is helping her get it fixed.
Oh, well, thank you. And Rachel, we hope to hear from you in the future. And thank you for those people who were looking at the chat. Thank you. Do we have another door prize?
Well, this is Margaret. Hi. You can hear me, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Okay. Well, we will give out one more $20 door prize, and the winner is Zayed.
Syed Rizvi, are you here? Is Syed in the list?
I don't see him listed.
You do not see him listed. Syed Rizvi, if you are listening in another way, you have about 4 minutes to call my cell phone, which you know the number. And otherwise, we will wait until tomorrow for additional door prizes. Again, we start in this room at 9:30 with Democracy Live talking with us about accessible voting, which we will need to really work on in Massachusetts because I just saw in the paper the other day that the Secretary of State is going to increase the availability and focus on voting from home. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. Shane is going to present us with some new iPhone apps, and then we will have our important board meeting and elections. So we will see you all at 9:30 tomorrow morning. Have a good evening, and thanks to all. And those of you who bid and won, we will be contacting you.
Good night, everybody.
So please stay by your phones. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you say
Good night.
9:30 in the morning or in the evening?
9:30 in the
9:30
morning.
in the morning.
Okay.
Thank you again, everybody.
Take
Winning the
care.
scholarship really means a lot to me.
You're welcome, Sam.
Welcome.
Good night,
everyone.
Thank you,
Good night,
everyone.
everybody.
It's been fun. Good night.
Excuse me.
Night.
Thank you, everybody.
Excuse me, Amy, are you still there?
I am.
This is Karen.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question, please?
Sure.
Are we going to have the number to vote by?
Yes, we're going to give that out tomorrow morning.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a
Have a
great
good
night,
night.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Bye, Karen.
What did I win for a door prize? I was reading scholarship apps.